Welcome to the Notary Force webinar, Close More Real Estate Deals Faster with Virtual Notarizations. Thank you so much for being here and wanting to learn more about how you can create efficiencies in your practice. So let's begin. I, Shirley Lopez, along with Laura Scher, are your hosts today. We're so excited to be here with you and share our insights. Laura, give us a brief introduction about yourself.
Thank you, Shirley. Hi, everybody. My name is Laura Scher, and as Shirley mentioned, I am the proud founder of Notary Force, and I have been a virtual notary since 2020 and an entrepreneur within the real estate industry for over 30 years in different capacities. I obtained my mortgage broker and real estate broker license in the late 80s. So I have been immersed in real estate most of my adult life. My first job out of high school was working for a title company. I then went on to work for a real estate attorney and a few mortgage companies. I also started my own small real estate company and hard money lending company. And my real estate experience is wide-reaching. My real passion, though, in real estate came in the form of real estate investments. And I started by buying foreclosed homes. And this was at a time when the internet was not really a thing and just getting started. So I actually went to the courthouse, dug through the boxes, learned what was a viable house to purchase or not purchase, and actually stood on the courthouse steps to bid on these properties. My real estate portfolio consisted of properties that I both flipped and held. So I say all this because I've literally been an active participant on all sides of the closing table. I am also a mother of 2 grown daughters and a grandmother of 3. So when I'm not working, I do love to run, I do love to read, and I love to play with my yummy grandkids. And I'm originally from Nebraska, which is like saying I'm from Mars, I've realized when I mention this to most people, but I moved to Miami in 1973, and I've been there ever since. So enough about me. Shirley, tell us a little bit more about you.
Thank you, Laura. I am also the proud co-founder of Notary Force, working alongside Laura. In addition, I am the owner and CEO of L&L Process, a legal services company, a nationwide service of process, and helping law firms find and serve people all day, every single day. I have also been a virtual notary since the beginning of when Florida passed the remote online notary law in 2020, before the pandemic hit. So sorry about that. Opportunity to offer online notary services came at the most opportune time, and I very quickly became very busy with this new service, juggling between serving people and actually doing virtual notarizations. And at times, even notarizing people on the go, because why not? I'm an entrepreneur at heart and expanding opportunities in tech with a new 3 startup called Metadime. I keep myself busy if you haven't noticed. Personally, I am a boy mom, and you'll find me at different sports activities, basketball, baseball, or golf. But once in a while, I do love my yoga and energy classes. That's a little bit more about me. Just a quick reminder, if you do have any questions at all, please feel free to put those in the chat, and we'll be sure to get to them during the presentation or during our Q&A session at the end of the presentation. All right, I am so excited today to be discussing with you a topic that is revolutionizing the way we conduct business in the real estate industry, and that is virtual notarizations. To fully understand where virtual notarizations are heading, we must first look back at the trends of e-signatures and the legal milestones that made them possible. In 1999, e-signatures sparked a transformative shift in the way contracts and agreements were executed. To foster trust and consistency in electronic transactions, the Uniform Electronic Transactions Act, the UETA, was introduced. The UETA is a state law that validates the legality of electronic signatures and records, ensuring that e-signatures hold the same legal standing as traditional pen and paper signatures. Not too long after, the Electronic Signatures in Global and National Commerce Act, e-sign, was enacted at the federal level, affirming the validity of electronic signatures for interstate and international transactions. Truly groundbreaking. Since then, e-signatures have empowered businesses to streamline their operations and reduce paperwork, As technology continued to advance, so did the security measures surrounding these signatures, making them more reliable and tamper-proof. This led to a gradual extent and integration of electronic signatures across various industries, including real estate. So when did virtual notarizations appear? Well, we've got the state of Virginia to thank for that, where it all began in 2011. Virginia recognized the need to modernize and adapt to the digital age. I just love innovation. Then they passed the electronic notary law, because becoming the very first state to authorize and regulate remote online notarizations, aka bonds. The success and security of this pioneering initiative led the path for other states to follow suit, and soon after, a wave of states enacted the same. And today, more than half of the states allow for notarizations. So now we're witnessing a natural extension of e-signatures in the form of virtual notarizations, and security continues to be the top trend in innovation. As cyber threats evolve, so do the safeguards protecting our digital transactions. So biometric authentication, advanced encryption protocols, and multi-factor verification are some of the technologies that will bolster the trustworthiness of notarizations. As we move forward, we expect more sophisticated security measures. For real professionals like yourselves, the benefits of virtual notarizations are immense. Streamlining document processing, eliminating the need for physical meetings, and reducing administrative burdens will allow you to focus more on delivering excellent service to your clients. Furthermore, virtual notarizations will enable you to work with clients from different geographical locations, expanding your market reach and opportunities. In the next 5 to 10 years, we can anticipate virtual notarizations becoming the norm rather than the exception. As technology becomes more accessible and friendly, more states and countries will pass legislation to recognize and regulate virtual notarial acts. This will pave the way for cross-border transactions and international collaborations within the real estate industry, fostering a more interconnected global market. As real estate experts, you being here today and participating in this webinar, you're embracing these changes and can capitalize on these opportunities that lie ahead. Laura, tell us about the requirements. Laura, you are muted.
How about now?
Now we can hear you.
Okay, so that was a great overview of how we got here. So thank you for that. Yeah, so let's dive into the details of the legal framework of what we are dealing with in virtual notarizations in Florida specifically. So first and foremost, verifying a signer's identity is crucial in any notarization process, whether it is in the physical presence or online. We need to know who we are signing is in fact the person that they say they are, right? That's the main job of a notary. What is great about online notarization is the level of identification process that the signer must go through in order to even begin a notarization. And in Florida, online notarization requires strict identification standards. Since a signer must appear before the notary through audio and video communication, it's necessary for the ID to have already been verified and confirmed before the webcam session. The signer's identity is verified using 2 methods, sometimes 3, but which may include government-issued identification, knowledge-based authentication questions, and credential analysis. And in Florida, there are multiple methods available to authenticate an individual's identity. Number 1, there's knowledge-based assessment, also known as KBA, also known as knowledge-based authentication. And these are just a series of 5 questions that are generated by a third-party identity verification company that are based on the signer's credit history within the United States, and that only the signer knows the answers to. That's one layer. The second layer would be a credential analysis, and this is where the ID that is presented by the signer, a picture is taken through the platform and it is verified. Then there's biometric screening, and then there's the use of credible witnesses, which we will get to later in this discussion. We also have requirements for witnesses in online notarizations. Certain notarial acts will require the presence of witnesses or two who must have also joined the notary in a virtual session through audio and video communication. So as we know in Florida, these require witnesses. And what's great about online notarization is that witnesses can be located anywhere. So we can have a signer one place and witnesses in different places, but it all comes together, right? These witnesses must have the ability to observe the entire transaction and be able to attest to the signer's willingness to sign the document. At Notary Force, we can easily provide witnesses, and we can take the headache out of coordinating the witnesses to appear on an online notarization. So we coordinate all of that. There are also recording requirements. During the online notarization process in Florida, the entire audio-video conference must be recorded, and the recording must be retained for at least 10 years. During the recording, the signer must state their name, state, and where they are currently located, show their ID to the camera so that we can verify their identity as well, that they have it within their physical presence, and answer questions about consent, understanding that the recording is taking place, and their understanding of the documents before signing. During the actual signing, if an oath is required, the recording needs to also capture the taking of this oath. This recording is essential for providing evidence of the notarization if needed in the future. It is also a good idea for an attorney or title company agencies to keep a copy of the video. A few key terms you should be familiar with. E-journals. An e-journal is an electronic record that the online notary maintains, documenting all the notarial acts performed. It includes details such as the date, time, and type of document, the identity of the signer, and any witnesses present. E-journal is important for future reference, but is also a requirement of Florida notaries. E-signatures, which often get confused as electronic signatures, as mentioned before, are digital representations of a person's intent to sign a document. They are legally binding and used in online notarization to execute documents. A virtual notary stamp. In online notarization, the notary's official stamp is replaced with a digital seal or stamp, which indicates that the documents have been notarized online. The difference between an e-notary and virtual notary, here is the difference between an e-notary and a virtual notary. An e-notary and a virtual notary are similar in that they both perform notarial acts electronically, right? However, a virtual notary conducts notarizations exclusively through online means, whereas an e-notary is physically present with the signers, but they all sign electronically on a device. Now that we know that, let's talk specifics in real estate. This slide. So here we have real estate requirements, an overview of legal requirements. All right. In real estate transactions, it's important to address specific compliance issues associated with virtual notarizations. Let's begin by examining the notary platform requirements. Virtual notarization platforms must adhere to strict standards to ensure the authenticity and legality of the documents being notarized. These platforms should provide robust identity verification measures such as multi-factor authentication and biometric recognition to confirm the identity of the signers and notaries alike. Additionally, the platform must adhere to encryption standards, ensuring the privacy and security of sensitive information shared during the virtual notarization process. There are several platforms that we use that adhere to these standards and are known amongst the real estate community, such as DocVerify, Notarize, NotaryCam, and eNotaryLog. One of the significant challenges of virtual notarizations is working with clients who are foreigners and elderly people. Now we have biometric facial recognition analysis that will verify a foreigner's identification. Florida, the law was passed in July of 2021, allowing Florida notaries to use biometric analysis as identification. So this is good news. Based on a person's unique facial features, They use advanced algorithms and technology to capture, analyze, and compare various facial characteristics to determine the identity of a person. The system compares the facial image with multiple templates to verify if the person is who they claim to be. It is widely used in common applications, such as access control systems, identity verification at airports, law enforcement investigations, and I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with the mobile device unlocking applications. Underwriters also play a crucial role in the real estate process, ensuring that the transaction is secure and insurable. Virtual notarizations may raise concerns for underwriters, given the potential risk associated with the online environment. To address this, real estate professionals must engage underwriters early in the process, providing comprehensive details about the virtual notarization platform, security measures, and compliance protocols. As a service provider, we aim to alleviate the logistical burden associated with the virtual signings. We take care of coordinating and overseeing the signing process, freeing up valuable time for title agencies, real estate attorneys, and realtors to focus on what they do best, which is closing deals. By entrusting these tasks to a specialized team like ourselves, real estate professionals can confidently ensure a seamless and compliant virtual notarization experience. Compliance for security is a paramount concern. It is essential to store recorded transactions securely. Many jurisdictions mandate record retention for a specific duration, often up to 10 years, such as the case is in Florida. As a company, we prioritize data security and implement robust data storage measures to ensure the compliance with these requirements. Now let's take a look at a demo we created to show you how the recorded virtual notarization session takes place.
Hi, good morning. Welcome.
Hi.
My name is Laura de la Cruz, and I am commissioned notary in the state of Florida, and I'm authorized to notarize your online documents for use nationwide. I wanted to let you know that this session is being recorded, and before we go any further, I need to make sure that that's okay with you.
Yes.
Great. Before we get started, please be sure to have your ID at hand. You will need to show it during your session. Great. So I will ask you to state your full name for the record, please.
My name is Laura Scher.
Thank you, Laura. Can you please state where you are currently located?
I am currently located in Miami, Florida.
Great. Please show the front of your ID. Okay, let me do a quick screenshot. Awesome. Now please show the back of your ID. Great. Let me compare. Yes, that's good. Thank you. Now let me confirm the ID that you put up. Thank you. If you can please remove your glasses.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, excellent. I'm looking at the license and I do see that it is current and it expires on this date. Before we start signing, I do have a few questions to ask before we begin the notarization. Do you understand and consent to having me conduct a remote online notarization in Florida today?
Yes, I do.
Great. Do you understand that this notarization is being recorded?
Yes, I do.
Have you read and understood the contents of the documents that you are about to sign?
Yes, I did.
Can you give me a brief description of the
These
documents,
are
please?
these are documents for a closing of a real estate property.
Okay. Are you signing these documents of your own free will?
Yes.
Do you agree to use an electronic signature to sign the document?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand and agree that by signing these documents, you legally bind yourself to the terms of the contract?
Yes.
Do you have any questions before we start?
No.
Okay. Now, you will see the documents appear in front of you. And if you scroll down after the title of this document, you will see a signature line. Great. Excellent. So when you double click on your name, it'll give you the option to type or to sign your name. But be sure to double click on the line. Great. Thank you. I have confirmed you have signed this document, so I am going to proceed with the
How did you guys like that video? So this is another level of security. Think about it. Who want to get caught on camera committing fraud? Right? Think about that. So this was an example of an audiovisual technology call. All platforms function differently, but they're similar in their user experience. Oh, we're not going to do this again. So our next slide, we're talking about certificates of completion. Like I mentioned, the recording is an added layer of security, but so is the certificate of completion most platforms provide to show the completion and to further authenticate that the document was properly notarized. This is a sample from DocVerify. The certificate typically includes a timestamp, including the date and time when the notarization was completed. It may also include identification details of the notary public, such as their name, commission number, or jurisdiction. It may contain information about the document that was notarized, such as the title, the parties involved, and any other additional relevant details. This helps identifying the specific transaction for future reference. Completion certificates often incorporate security measures to prevent tampering or forgery. They may include digital signatures, encryption, or other techniques to ensure the integrity and authenticity of the certificate. Not all certificates look like this and depend on the platform that the notary is using. All right, so Laura, take it away with our practices.
All right, thank you. So best practices, how to best prepare yourselves and the signers for a great signing experience. So let's talk about how to best prepare the notarization so that your deals can be get funded. And that's what we're all aiming for. It's as simple as visiting our website and on the homepage and hitting there's a book your notarization button. All you need to do is hit that. And here is where you will provide us basic information about the signers, such as their contact information. Maybe you have some special requirements or any special instructions, and as well as being able to upload the documents. But that's a simple kind of a quick to the point way. But what we recommend, however, is that you register a free client portal account with us and begin to view all your cases in one place. And that is also located on the home page. If you are a title agency, most likely we have an integration available that will allow you to send your secure documents from your management system platform, such as Qualia and RamQuest as examples. Makes this process more secure and seamless. Even if you do not integrate, you log into our client portal and can securely send us your requests. So make it easy. Once we have your request, we take it from there. You can really turn around and go back to doing what you need to do. We will schedule and coordinate the appointments, go over the instructions with the signers to prepare to prepare them for the session, they will also be provided a step-by-step instruction guiding them through the ID verification and virtual notarization process. And also, with us, we are always available by phone. If they get stuck or confused, we're there to hold their hand and walk them through this. So these instructions include things such as tips for verifying to help them upload their ID properly, ensures the security and integrity of a notarized document during the online process, and any potential technology challenges that they may face. Because there is a heavy reliance on technology, including internet connectivity, video conferencing software, and digital document management systems. Technical issues such as connectivity problems, software glitches, or compatibility concerns could disrupt or delay the notarization process. So we try to hit that first and go over everything to try not to run into those problems. Participants need to have access to reliable technology and possess a certain level of technological proficiency. So now we're going to move to the next slide, and thank you. And this is handling unique situations. So there's a couple ones that stand out mostly. So let's talk about two of them. The first one is you might have a signer that does not have a valid ID. Can't find it, and there could be several reasons for this. We've seen this with older folks that are no longer driving, for example. So when someone does not have an ID, this is where credible witnesses become an important role. A credible witness is, in the context of notarization, serves an important role in cases where the signer of a document lacks proper identification or is unable to provide satisfactory evidence of their identity. So in the worst case scenario, the signer does not have access in any way to a valid, or let me call this more of an unexpired ID. So the credible witnesses actually act as the ID for the signer. And that is the purpose of a credible witness, is to provide a reliable source of verification for the identity of the signer. The requirements for a credible witness must have personal knowledge of the signer's identity. This means that they have a close relationship or association with the signer and can attest to their identity based on firsthand knowledge. They must pass identity verification. There's trust and reliability. The credible witnesses should be someone who is deemed trustworthy and reliable by the notary public. Their integrity and credibility play a crucial role in ensuring the validity and authenticity of the notarization process. And in Florida, requires 2 credible witnesses. Unless there's a special circumstance in which the notary knows one of the credible witnesses, but that's for another video. Another issue we run into is an elderly person or a non-tech savvy person. And this is where the use of biometrics identification plays a crucial role. Florida allows the use of biometric authentication. This is, as stated before, enhanced security. And it adds an extra layer of security to the remote notarization process. But for the elderly, it's easy and convenient because it just offers a more straightforward and user-friendly approach. It's just literally having their face taken a picture of and bypassing all the KBA questions and things that they would have to navigate through. So that helps there. And it also, it reduces technological barriers. So with remote online notarization requires the uses of digital devices, which can be challenging for some people. However, with biometric authentication, often integrate with common devices like smartphones, which can be used, and tablets, making it easier for them to participate in the process. And it is also advisable that someone that they know, which is more tech savvy, be present there with them to help guide them through the process. But again, we are available to also help them through as best as we can. What are some kinds of documents that we have notarized? We have done all estate planning documents, anywhere from wills, living wills, POAs. Yes, it's up on the screen there. Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's just a list of industries that
list
we've
of-
worked with. Mhm.
Mhm.
As you can see, we've got a vast amount of experience in different types of documents, and which go beyond real estate, touch several kinds of important sectors such as estate planning, insurance, and other kinds of law, such as family and litigation. But now that we got through that, thank you, Laura. Let's take questions. Do we have anyone in the audience that would like to ask a question now? Ashley.
I have a question. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
I have a
Ashley,
question.
just a little bit about yourself.
Oh, so I'm Ashley. I am a real estate agent in South Florida, all the way up until Central Florida, actually. So, and I'm with Lux Properties. Nice to meet everyone. I have a question. I had, sometimes for me, it's important to know how readily available and last minute a virtual notary could be available, because I specifically had a situation where just the night before a closing, we find out that someone wasn't going to be able to make it to the closing the very next morning. So let's say I run into that situation. How quickly could you guys have someone available for us?
That's a great
Laura,
question.
you want to get that?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it happens a lot in real estate, right? In a perfect world, we'd love to have those documents way ahead of time and everybody's ready to go on schedule, but it just doesn't happen that way, especially with lenders. They come and change the documents last minute. So Ashley, in answer to your question, it's super easy. We can have notarizations done within, I want to say within a half hour up to an hour. We can do it last minute. It happens all the time. We have a wide range of notaries at our fingertips. All of these notaries we know and go through, we qualify them for, but they're always ready to go. And then also, if for some reason one of our notaries isn't available, we have, by using the platform that we use, which is eNotaryLog, which, by the way, is a very amazing platform and is recognized by many underwriters and is approved by many underwriters. They have notaries available that we sometimes use up until midnight on Monday through Friday. So yeah, very easy to do.
That's
not a problem. Yeah.
Great
And
question.
second question, sorry, because I got on a little bit late. As far as utilizing your services, what would be then the best way to schedule that? I don't know if you had gone over that. Where do we request it via online, or how do we do that?
Go ahead, Shirley.
So there's several ways. The easiest and quickest way is going to our website, notaryforce.com. There is a link there, book a notarization, fill that out super quick. We get that request and we start working on it immediately. And that form will ask all the relevant questions that we need initially to get started, okay? There's another way. You can open up a free account with us, have your own where you see all of your requests all in one place. So if you have these constantly every single week, you can keep track of them on the portal. It's a secure way to upload and retrieve your documents as well. And it's what we recommend you do. But also you can call us. You can email us, you can text us. We pride ourselves on being great communicators and being available to our clients. And so, yes, reach out to us and we'll get on it well. Okay.
Okay, great. Last question. and then
Yeah.
I'll give the floor to someone else. I understand that obviously every closing, depending on what the file, has, costs could be different. But what would be the average? Because sometimes clients will ask me, well, what could that cost me? So if I could give them like a ballpark, what would be the best answer for me to give them?
Okay. Do you want me to take that? Okay, so if we're talking a real estate package, let's say there's the seller side, right? A seller side package typically runs around one. I gotta think for a second. For online notarization,
175 to 250, right?
175.
To 250, depending if they're in
And yeah, it depends on, and that includes a witness, and because in Florida, we can be one of the witnesses on a lot of these transactions, right? That's for seller side. Now, when it comes to a buyer's package, a refinance, where there's a lot more documentation, that goes up to, anywhere, it's an average, I would just say, is 250. Now, this is for clients located within that are U.S. citizens. These prices jump up a bit if they are non-U.S. citizens located out of the country. But we're more than happy to send you a price list. Right?
Okay, yeah, that would definitely be helpful if I could get that. That way I could, readily answer their questions and then, transfer them over to get this service. Because I think it would be very beneficial, especially for me.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
go ahead and
Thank
give
you,
me the
Ashley.
Email is that in the chat.
So I actually do have another question from Marcy. She's asking, what happens if we have more than one signer? She's had situations where she's had 3 or more signers and it was a headache. So how do we handle that? Are they all on different transactions? Great question, Marcy.
Yes.
You want to take that?
Oh, I was writing down something. Okay, so what do we do when we have signers in different locations? That was a question. And okay, so
like more than one signer.
Super easy. Because again, all we need is their name, their email address, and contact phone number. It doesn't matter where they are located, anywhere in the world. So all we do is we coordinate between everybody. Everybody shows up online together, regardless of where they're located. So it makes it super easy. Somebody could be located in a different country and somebody could be located, down the street from me. It doesn't matter. All I need is their email, their contact. We bring them together online. The only requirement is that this is just kind of general knowledge. The notary themselves, where they're licensed, must be within that state. But the signers can be located absolutely anywhere, and we just coordinate a time and bring everybody on together. Super easy.
And actually, I would like to mention that we have had a case with 15 signers and got it done. So just putting it out there.
Yeah. Or what about the one where there was, that was the same one, and they were all virtual, and they were all
different locations. Well, one I think ended up being mobile, but they were all different locations.
And one was 96 years old.
One was 96 years old. Yeah.
We got it all done.
Yeah, that was a good one. We hustled for that one, but I remember that. So that was a great discussion. Thank you all for your questions and participating. We're at the end of our presentation, but I'd like to close by saying, if you want to close more deals faster, work with us. Let us help you help your clients. Working with us adds convenience and accessibility for your clients from the comfort of their own location, eliminating the need to travel or leave their office or home. Provides convenience, accessibility for those with limited mobility, busy schedules, or even remote areas, which then saves your clients time and money with no travel time or expenses, and notarized within a shorter time. You can be sure to close more transactions with more efficient speed, documents uploaded, reviewed, and signed electronically, reducing paperwork and manual handling, And of course, the added security that virtual notarizations provide that include multi-factor authentication, encryption, tamper-evident technology, audit trails, etc. Such security has helped prevent fraud, tampering, and unauthorized access, ensuring the trustworthiness of the notarization process. I hope you found this presentation to be of much value. Feel free to visit us, our website, for more information and how to get started with us. Follow us on social media and our newsletter to stay up to date on events that we do. You can also book a demo with us to learn more. We will be sending out a quick survey with appreciating your feedback for today's presentation. So be on the lookout for that. Please stay connected. Feel free to scan our QR code that connects to our LinkedIn. And please take note of our contact information. We hope you have been inspired by this presentation and getting more deals done. Thank you again for joining us, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.